today, and today we are doing our Clemson 2023 prediction. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are 47 away, so hit that subscribe button down below. Like this video if you enjoy it. Comment all your thoughts and opinions down below as well. What you think Clemson's final record will be, whether you think they'll win the ACC once again this year, or what your thoughts are on a possible playoff appearance. Also, make sure that you check out the website, the podcast, and the Patreon page. All links down in the description. Also, make sure you check out my newest YouTube page, College Football Roundup, where me and American Football Network, who is a Clemson fan, discuss all sorts of football news, rumors, and predictions on that channel. The link will be in the description. We just went over our NCAA top 10s, and there's another video on there about ACC spring football, so maybe you'll enjoy that. Let's get started with today's video. So as we make our way over to this ACC-centric schedule, where it's going to be an interesting year for Clemson as they start off the year Labor Day at Duke, playing in Durham. This is a tough environment. If you watched my Duke video, you know who I have winning this game. But if you have, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. I have Clemson losing this game. I think that because this game is being played in Durham, North Carolina in week 1 with a new offensive coordinator, a semi-new quarterback, and a new kind of feel with a lot of players gone, I think that this is a kind of trap game for Clemson. And with it being week 1, I think that Duke, with an experienced quarterback, an experienced defense, an experienced offensive line, compared to the lack thereof with Clemson, even though Clemson, I think, has a better chance as they are a better run organization. I just don't see a reason why Clemson would win this game other than they have a little bit better of a defense, even though Duke's defense is not that bad. Duke did not lose as much as some people think they did. They did lose Shaka Hayward, and they lost some other pieces, but they also brought in some transfers to help out the secondary. So I think Cade Klubnik's going to struggle. The only thing I could see in this game is that Clemson, Will Shipley is a fantastic running back. Maybe he could wear him down, but right now I'm going to go with the experience of Duke to win that game. Then you play Charleston Southern. Obviously, this is a win. Clemson will have no problem, and Clemson plays them because it is South Carolina state law that either South Carolina and Clemson both play a lower level school, whether that be Charleston Southern or Furman or South Carolina State or whoever that is. You do have to play one of those schools every single year. This should be a win. No issue here. Cade should get a little bit of a warm-up game after a tough first start. Then you play Florida Atlantic at home. This is not the same entertaining Florida Atlantic team that you had under Lane Kiffin. There are no doubt some interesting players here, but here's the thing. I think Clemson should win this game. They shouldn't have any issues. And like I said earlier, with Will Shipley and Duke, Will Shipley's a great running back, and he's going to take a lot of pressure off Cade Klubnik, even though I think that you are in a good position with Cade overall. Definitely make sure that you do that. So I think that you should be able to get a win there. Then you have Florida State coming to town. This is going to be a massive game. I think that you definitely have a big chance at being able to win this game because it is going to be a home game. But here's the thing. This is not going to be an easy matchup. You beat them last year. The game was a lot farther apart than the final score would suggest. I think that if you look at the final score, Florida State scored a lot of those points at the very end of the game in the fourth quarter to make it a little bit closer of a score. And Florida State, maybe they could have won that game, but watching it didn't really feel like Florida State was ever really in the ball game. But I think that this is not going to be an easy matchup. It's not. But it's going to be like Lamar Jackson coming back to Memorial Stadium if you're a Clemson fan. I think that they should play well, and I think they'll get the win here. But I think that it is going to be a tough game. If this game was in Florida State, if it was at the Doak, I'm probably picking the Seminoles. Then you head up to Syracuse. Here's the thing. Even though I would think that this could possibly be a loss, maybe you win the Duke game and you lose this game. The reason why I say this is because Syracuse always plays Clemson tough. It doesn't really matter who's the coach, or not who's the coach, who's the quarterback, who's whatever. Clemson has struggled against Syracuse on multiple occasions, like 3-4 times. So it is kind of tough to pick Clemson to win this game just straight out, but it was kind of picking between Duke and Syracuse, which of the two games that I think they were going to win. And because I picked them to lose Duke, I'm going to have them beating Syracuse, but by no means is this going to be a walk in the park, even though I think Syracuse is not going to be a good team. Then you have a home game against Wake Forest. This is not the same Wake Forest team that last year you had with Sam Hartman, though. This is a much worse Wake Forest team. So shouldn't have a problem here. Obviously, Clemson, for the most part, has beaten down Wake and really kept them in their place. Last year, they let them back in the ball game and almost lost that one. But overall, they do a really good job at handling Wake. And, well, I think it could be an interesting matchup maybe, but I think that Clemson should get the win there. Then you have a bye week, and then you head to Miami. I'm not as big of a Mario Cristobal fan as some other people are. I think that this is going to be a game in which they should win pretty easily. I think that it is going to be a win here for the Tigers. Then you have another road game in Raleigh, North Carolina, this time against the NC State Wolfpack. I think it's another win here. I think that you get the win because it's going to be a tough environment. You lost this game last time you were in Raleigh, but NC State does not have Devin Leary. They don't have the big body wide receivers that they had previously. You have a lot of stuff to bring back, and I'm sure Clemson fans will be happy about being able to beat Dave Doeren. Now we're going to open up the 3-game home stretch where you play Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and North Carolina. First off, Notre Dame. I don't know why this game is always basically the beginning of November. Other than like the 2015 game, this game's always been scheduled in that first week of November. But either way, here's the thing. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I'm going to preface it with that. So if Clemson fans, you want to give me a reason why, I'm sure Lincoln, American Football Network, be on my tail about picking Notre Dame to win this game. But here's the thing. Clemson has yet to prove that they can win this matchup right now. They lost against Notre Dame badly. And I get that game was at Notre Dame, and this one is going to be in Death Valley. But here's the thing. Clemson at the quarterback position and at the offense coordinator position, they may be proven by this point in the season. Maybe they will be, but they have not proven to me in May 22nd that they can do that. And right now, I'm just going to put more faith in Notre Dame and Sam Hartman and Marcus Freeman than I am going to put it in Cade Klubnik and Garrett Riley because of the unproven nature that is that Clemson team. And even if Clemson does have a good offense and they're back to kind of where they used to be at a little bit, Notre Dame is still a really, really good team. You have Sam Hartman at quarterback. You have Audric Estime at running back. And you have a good offensive line and wide receiver core. And not only that, but you have a good defense as well. So then you have Georgia Tech. You have a home game there. You should get the win here. I think beating the Yellow Jackets shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think that I like the hire of the former interim head coach. Obviously Willie Fritz would have been a better hire, the current Tulane head coach, but he did a good job coaching last year, got some wins there. Should make this team a little more competitive, but there is still a lot of issues. And obviously Jeff Collins was not able to fix that as they were transitioning from a triple option team to a more spread style offense. That's still going to be a struggle, but should get the win there. Then you play North Carolina. These last 2 games, like these last 4 games, really is a tough stretch other than Georgia Tech. North Carolina, you have Drake May coming into town, high-flying offense. I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a close game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Not because Clemson's offense is good or Clemson's defense is bad, but because North Carolina, they're just going to be that way. Drake May, stuff like that. I think it's a closer game, much closer than the ACC championship last year. But I do think at the end of the day, Clemson gets the win. Then finally, you head back down to Columbia to play the South Carolina Gamecocks. I think at the end of the day, I think you lose this game. Last year, you lost to them. You lost to them at home. Now you head to South Carolina to have to play there. You did win last time pretty emphatically at South Carolina. But here's the thing. I think that this is a team that just Spencer Rattler is a good quarterback. Cade Klubnik is not proven. And by no means is Rattler completely proven either. He's not proven. But he is more proven than Rattler, and I think they're in a better position than Clemson is in at the moment. So I think that they're able to work on being able to develop certain pieces this year, but I think that they are still going to need to improve a lot on the offensive end, So hit the 2 videos down below, hit the subscribe button up here, and make sure that you go ahead and share this with all your friends and family as well. And as always, have a great day. Bye, guys.